Hello, everyone. It is finally time to talk about the live-action rendition of Mulan. Just in case anyone out there is new to the story, the movie stars Liu Yifei as the title character. She's a young woman with great potential to be a warrior. The thing is, though, her family has certain expectations of her as a woman, and when the Emperor of China calls upon each family to send one member to serve in the Imperial Army, it's men only, and that means her family's only option is her father, who's in no condition to fight anymore. So then Mulan opts to disguise herself as a man and take his place instead. First off here, I thought it was probably important to explain my relationship with the 1998 film. I know it's got a lot of die-hard fans, and while I do enjoy that movie quite a bit, I'm just not as attached to it as I am to other Disney animated classics. I think revisiting it now, though, might have changed that in a sense, and I think that alone might speak to the great value of this remake here. I think this might also have something to do with me not fully appreciating certain themes and concepts when I was much younger as I do today. So I'm really grateful for this reminder of how powerful this story is, and I'm also super grateful that this second rendition here is probably going to give this story an even wider audience. The 1998 Mulan did make a big mark, but I kind of think releasing another version of it right now especially might have the story make a bigger impression than ever. I am extremely impressed with the work that Niki Caro delivers here, and if this movie doesn't put her name on every big franchise director shortlist out there, I do not know what will. I wouldn't have minded an extra 20 minutes or so of the movie to really sit with certain decisions that Mulan makes, and also maybe to beef up some of the supporting characters in the film as well, but I do think it is very easy to see how Caro's eye behind the lens and also Liu's very natural screen presence here really did make the absolute most of what we do get in the final film. This is an absolutely stunning production. The costume design, the production design, the shot framing, some of the wildly impressive mid-fight camera moves. It just all makes the whole thing downright mesmerizing and a true spectacle. And this is also quite the performance from Liu. First off with that, she's playing an iconic Disney character, which comes with a good deal of pressure right there, but Mulan's also the kind of character that spends a good deal of the movie being defined by her actions and how she's internalizing what she's going through, and the fact that Liu manages to convey so much in both of those ways is really something else. And then when the time does come for Mulan to express where she stands and also what she stands for, Liu just runs away with all of those scenes as well. As far as some of the changes go, again, I think it's important to emphasize that I am not as precious about Mulan as I have been about other Disney animated classics that we've seen remade. And you might be, and that's totally cool, but from my perspective here, I think the story played pretty well without the songs, and I actually think that the tone Caro runs with here kind of warranted their removal. I do think this movie is very safe for kids and has a few playful beats in it, but there's an intensity to it that really does ensure that you feel the risk Mulan is taking by doing this. Obviously, I can't be absolutely sure, but I do suspect that adding music breaks to that might have taken away from that intensity a little bit. I also really like the addition of Gong Li's witch character here. Her screen presence is undeniable, and that character also brings in some of my favorite visual effects scenes of the film. She is, though, one of those characters that I think might fall into the category of needing a little more screen time, and I'd probably say the same of the other recruits in Mulan's unit here. But in both cases, I think what they get does work well enough, and this criticism comes more from a place of just really wanting more of what I think was working. Overall, though, I'm going to give Mulan 4 Deweys out of 5 on the Dewey Decimovie scale. Dewey heard his name, and now he's here. I am admittedly a little hung up on Mulan missing out on its worldwide theatrical release, especially now having seen it and knowing that just how beautifully it's shot is one of its major assets. But if at-home availability makes it more accessible right now and also gives young moviegoers the chance to fall in love with it and watch it over and over and over again, I really don't think that's a bad consolation right now. So that is my review of Mulan for you. If and when you check it out on Disney Plus, do hit the comment section below and share your own thoughts right there. Before I say goodbye, about some Patreon shoutouts. We've got a great group here. They are James, Kavi, Neil, Seth, Steven, and Caleb. You guys all know how great I think you are. You've been longtime members, you're part of the Patreon Slack community, and you're all just vital assets to the whole group, and I really appreciate you being here. Another big thank you to everybody out there watching this review. Please don't leave without liking and sharing it, and I'll see you soon with more of them.